We're joined now by Charleston head coach Chris Mack and junior forward Colby Duggan. Coach Mack enters his second season with the Cougars, guiding his program to a 24-9 overall mark and a third place regular season finish in the CAA with a 14-4 record. The Cougars loaded up in the offseason with an all CAA first team selection Colby Duggan and Big South Rookie of the Year Mr. Dean headlining the newcomers. Coach, we talked briefly at the beginning of the summer. You're very optimistic with what you were sculpting together with your team. Has it panned out the way you expected, and what can we expect moving into the season?
I don't know, Dylan. We haven't played a game yet. I think it's been a long time with these guys. NCAA changed the rules, years ago, and so you're seeing summer practices for roughly 8 weeks, and then you do have the preseason, and so by the time official practice starts, it's much different than it was 15, 20 years ago when October 15th rolled around and everybody had Midnight Madness and whatnot. So we have a talented group. I think a group that is really competitive and continues to improve every day. We have a lot more to install, but I like our leadership. I think we have some older players that prioritize winning. I think we have a lot of size and athleticism. We got some big challenges ahead, and we're looking forward to seeing how we do against those challenges.
Griffin, we'll start with you.
Hey, Coach Mack, I know building virtually a brand new team is very difficult, but what were some of those intangibles that you really prioritized in the portal process that were must-haves entering this year?
Yeah, I think I learned a lot a year ago. Never have competed in the CAA or against CAA teams really in my coaching time. I don't want to say I underestimated, but I didn't realize the size and athleticism that you might find from game to game, especially with the contenders on the wings. And so, while we were a good team a year ago, won 24 games, we fell short of what we wanted to do. And so it was sort of our staff's charge, if you will, to let's make sure that we get more size and athleticism, especially on the wings. And I think we did that, and we've got a much different look than we had a year ago. And again, I say we had a really good team a year ago, but I think we have the makings of a better team this coming season.
Jerry.
Hey guys, this question is for both of you. Chris, you talk about changing college basketball. Your connection with Colby is an example of that, coming from inside the league. When you guys were playing against each other last year, did you kind of think of each other as this might be something that will work out? Maybe we'll play each other with each other next year. And B, what about Colby for Charleston appealed to you? And Chris, what about Colby appealed to you?
Yeah, I mean, I'll defer to Kobe, but I can tell you that, like, I'm sure his mindset had nothing to do with, anytime you're a player, I think he wanted to, maybe play beyond the CAA, but, we felt like he was one of the best competitors in our league and a guy that was a challenge to play against. And we played against him twice. And so, we shot our shot, when the portal opened up, and he's one of the first guys we contacted, and I feel like we had a connection. Coach Harriman did a really good job of like establishing that, and so we're glad we have him. But I don't think that was certainly the plan, at least on Colby's end. I'll let him answer that.
Yeah, no, I think when I was playing here last year, I definitely wasn't thinking, oh, next year I'm going to come here. I wanted to win the game for my team. But I mean, I think once the portal opened, I entered. I think they did a really good job making me a priority, and I think they had the best vision for me and my development, and I knew I was going to be pushed to another level here. So that's why ultimately I decided to come here.
Jerry, I'll
Hey,
stay with you if you want it.
no, I'm good.
Okay. Griffin.
Colby, just kind of building off of that in this landscape that continues to change in college basketball, most of the time until really this past like 2 years, you didn't really see players transfer in conference. So what does that mean to you that Coach Mack put a lot of stock into you and wanting to get you into the fold to this team to have that level of respect entering the portal and then ultimately becoming a Coug?
Yeah, I mean it's good to know that I was appreciated. My play style is appreciated by other teams in the conference entering. And I think that's just the reality of the game now. is it'll happen sometimes. Like it wasn't just our team that it happened to, guys transferring in league. So I think that's just the nature of the game now. But it's good to feel that you know.
And then another one here for you. What has it been like gelling with some of those new teammates and getting used to what Coach Max expects out of this group?
Oh yeah, I mean, it's definitely been different. I was at Campbell my first 2 years. We ran a very tight system, and we didn't necessarily have a ton of turnover. We had more last year than the year before, but I think going from a team where with a lot of retention to a team full of new guys is a bit of a change, but I think we've all done well in the process. Guys are starting to take to their roles and just get really close on and off the court, which I think is a huge thing with a team full of so many new guys.
We'll go to Delonte and then we'll go to Scott.
Good afternoon, Coach. Yeah, I wanted to talk about the balance that you generally have with your teams, dating back to Xavier and Louisville. Both of your, both of those stops, your teams had good success on both ends of the floor. And being that you're in your second year with a new roster, I know you prioritize the positional size. What are some of the things that you think this group can excel at on the defensive and offensive end? Some strengths that you're looking at.
Yeah, I think twofold on the defensive end. I think that, we have a deep team. It's not going to be any particular player's night every single night. But that becomes a real positive for us defensively. A year ago, we didn't really extend our defense past half court unless we really were in a bind late in the game, when the pressing might be able to change the course of the game. I think that we can play 94 feet and use our depth to hopefully wear some teams down. I think we'll be a team that pressures a lot more than we did a year ago. And I said it, earlier, being able to confront around the rim and challenge things at the rim and just be a team that's hard to score against overall, but we have some answers in and around the basket simply because of our size. And so I think that gives us an ability to pressure a little bit more on the perimeter. And again, like I said in the very beginning, extend that to the full court. So our depth will obviously help that as well.
Thanks,
Scott,
Coach.
good last question.
Yeah, Colby, just wanted to know, like, what is kind of, around other teams in the league, what is kind of like the aura of C of C? Is it known as kind of that place where people want to end up because it's got the basketball tradition and the tournaments and whatnot? Or is there anything like just kind of like almost like a tale of C that other guys talk about?
Yeah, I mean, going in to every year, CFC is going to be a winning program. Having played them my freshman and sophomore year twice, I felt it firsthand. I think, I think just the combination of everything that's around, but just having such a winning culture here, that's just like the biggest thing.
I just had a
Awesome.
quick one.
You got it, Scott.
A quick one for Chris. Just we keep hearing that Mr. Dean could be the best dunker in the country, just athleticism out of the gym. What should fans expect? Obviously, fans gravitate to a player like that. What should fans expect in Mr. Dean? I think they just see the YouTube highlights of a couple dunks jumping out of the gym.
Well, it's testament to me coaching him. You can expect the unexpected, and sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes that's a bad thing. But his athleticism, Scott, is freaky. And he's a competitive kid. I mean, I think that's the first thing that really sticks out. And he can affect the game on both ends, whether it's flying in for an offensive rebound, whether it's sort of playing lockdown defense on maybe a guy that scored a couple buckets in a row. He is really hard to contend with. He's got an elite first step. He covers ground so quickly. He might be in the wrong spot for a second, but the next thing you know, the ball's sprayed out, comes out of nowhere to block a shot. And so, with that athleticism, there's still some stuff he needs to harness and become a little bit more disciplined in his play. But I think CSC fans are in for a treat, when he makes some of those plays that I'm talking about.
Awesome. Thank you guys for joining us. The Cougars open the season on November 3rd when they play Tuscaloosa. Guys, as always, looking forward to a great year from you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.